It was an ordinary day on Earth, or so it seemed. The hum of daily life droned on as the world moved through its predictable routines. People were rushing to work, taking care of their children, worrying about bills, and bickering over politics. They had no idea that everything was about to change. At exactly 3:33 p.m. Universal Time Coordinated, a flash of light brighter than the sun erupted in the sky over the Pacific Ocean, casting strange shadows over the Earth. For a brief moment, the world was bathed in a surreal glow, and then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the light was gone. But it left something behind. All around the globe, a peculiar silence settled. Broadcasts were interrupted, planes stopped mid-air, cars rolled to a halt. Then the voice came. We come from the edge of the universe. We are the exospheres. We are 1 billion strong, and we have traveled the infinite void in search of the Creator. Earth is a sacred place, for it harbors a connection to Him. Humans, the answer lies with you. The transmission played out in every language known to humankind, synchronized and flawless. The message was clear: a vast extraterrestrial fleet had arrived, and they believed that humans held the key to their ultimate quest, to find God. Chapter 1: The Arrival. No one saw the ships arrive. They simply appeared, enormous and awe-inspiring, hanging above cities, oceans, and forests like silent sentinels. Unlike the flying saucers or sleek spaceships of human imagination, these vessels were organic, almost alive, great, undulating shapes of dark matter and bioluminescent membranes that pulsed with energy. They were creatures as much as they were machines. World governments were thrown into chaos. Militaries scrambled, sending jets and drones to investigate. But no attacks came from the visitors. The ships hovered in place, fast and unmoving, as if waiting for something. In the United Nations building in New York, a council was urgently assembled. The best minds of the planet, theologians, scientists, philosophers, gathered to decipher the message. Every leader was asking the same question: why Earth? Why us? But the visitors did not remain silent for long. A delegation emerged from one of the largest ships, a city-sized behemoth that hovered over the Atlantic. The beings that descended were humanoid, yet their forms shimmered with an ethereal glow. Their eyes were vast and deep, filled with galaxies. Each of them wore flowing robes of woven starlight, and their feet did not touch the ground as they floated toward the gathered human officials. The leader of the exospheres, being named Lama, spoke first. Her voice was soft, but carried an ancient authority. We are seekers, travelers across time and space, and we are here because we have followed a trail of divine energy that leads us here. To you, the people of Earth. The room was silent as the exosphere continued. We have scoured the cosmos for millennia, visiting countless worlds, searching for a trace of the one who made all things. Our prophets told us of a world where a unique connection to the Creator resides. And here, in your kind, we have found it. President Alison Myers, representing Earth, found her voice. Why do you think we have this connection? We're just humans. We've looked for God ourselves for thousands of years without finding Him. Lumira's eyes locked with the president's, and for a moment, it felt as if the weight of the universe rested on her shoulders. Because your kind bears a spark that we have never seen elsewhere. It is faint, but it is unmistakable. You, humans, carry a fragment of the Creator's essence within you. Chapter 2: The Revelation. The revelation shocked the world. Religions worldwide reacted with mixed emotions. Some embraced the news as proof of their long-held beliefs, while others rejected it, seeing the alien arrival as a challenge to their doctrines. As more exospheres descended, they made their presence felt across the globe, visiting temples, mosques, churches, synagogues, and sacred sites. Everywhere they went, they sought answers, and humans sought them in return. Some believed the aliens were angels, others demons. But the truth was more complex. The exospheres shared their history. They were ancient, older than Earth, perhaps older than the galaxy itself. In their travels, they had found countless civilizations, but none had exhibited the same mysterious connection to the Creator that humans had. It was this link that had brought them here. In laboratories around the world, scientists worked alongside the exospheres to study this spark within humanity. It wasn't biological, it transcended DNA or any physical property. It was something more profound, something tied to consciousness and the very fabric of reality. As the collaboration deepened, a startling discovery was made. The exospheres found evidence that suggested humans were not simply evolved apes. Instead, the human consciousness had been touched by an ancient force, perhaps at the dawn of the species. This force, they believed, was a fragment of the Creator's own mind. Theologians called it the divine spark, and as the evidence mounted, a new understanding of human potential began to form. What if humans were, in some way, destined to find the Creator? What if they were the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe itself? Chapter 3: The Search for God. The billion exospheres had not come to conquer or rule. They had come to learn. Together with humans, they began to explore the deepest questions of existence. But not all were pleased with this new alliance. As weeks turned into months, factions began to form. Some humans feared the exospheres, believing them to be a threat to Earth's sovereignty. Others, particularly religious extremists, saw the aliens as blasphemous, an affront to their faith. A militant group calling themselves the True Believers launched an attack on one of the exosphere ships in the desert of Nevada. The retaliation was swift and brutal. Without harming a single human, the exospheres disarmed the entire group, demonstrating their advanced technology and their ability to render human weapons useless. Yet, they did not retaliate with violence, instead pleading for peace and understanding. At the same time, tensions within the exosphere ranks began to show. Not all of them believed in the human, divine spark. Some saw it as a false lead, a cosmic coincidence. A schism was forming within their own ranks, and the stakes were higher than ever. As the world stood on the brink of chaos, a new revelation shook the foundation of both species. Deep within the oldest exosphere archives, Lumia uncovered a forgotten prophecy. It spoke of a world at the edge of time, where the Creator would reveal himself to those who carried his spark. The final clue lay hidden in Earth's ancient past. The answer, it seemed, was buried beneath the sands of Egypt. Chapter 4: The Awakening. Together, the humans and exospheres traveled to the Great Pyramid of Giza. Using their advanced technology, they unearthed chambers that had been hidden for millennia. Within, they found artifacts that predated human history, artifacts that bore symbols matching those found on the exosphere ships. It was undeniable now. Thousands of years ago, humanity had been visited by an intelligence that transcended time and space, one that had seeded the divine spark within them. But the greatest discovery was yet to come. In the deepest chamber, a great crystal, pulsating with energy, awaited. Lumia and President Myers stood before it, their minds linked by the exosphere's telepathic abilities. And then, in a flash of brilliant light, they were transported to a place beyond space and time. They stood before a presence so vast and incomprehensible that words failed them. It was not a being, not in the way they understood it. It was pure consciousness, a force that underpinned reality itself. The Creator. In that moment, they understood. Humans were not the key to finding God, but rather a part of His creation, an essential piece of a grand design. The exospheres had been right to search, but the answer was not about power or knowledge. It was about connection, about unity. The divine spark wasn't something humans had to find, it had been within them all along. Chapter 5: A New Beginning. The exospheres departed soon after, their pilgrimage complete. They had found what they sought, not in a place or a person, but in the understanding that the Creator's essence was woven into the fabric of all life, and humanity, with its capacity for love, curiosity, and hope, held a special place in that grand tapestry. As the alien ships disappeared into the cosmos, humanity was left forever changed. The wars that had once seemed so important began to fade. The divisions between nations, races, and religions seemed trivial now. For the first time in history, humanity stood united, not because they had been forced to, but because they had finally understood their purpose. They were not alone in the universe, but more importantly, they were part of something far greater than themselves. And in that understanding, they found their own link to the divine. Chapter 5: The Schism. As the exospheres spread their message, humanity's reaction continued to grow more divided. Some embraced the idea of the divine spark, seeing it as a validation of their faith or their sense of human uniqueness. Others saw it as a dangerous myth, a way for the aliens to manipulate the population. Religious leaders found themselves in new dilemmas. Reverend Jacob Clark, a televangelist who had built a vast following, saw his congregation split down the middle. These creatures, he warned during a fiery sermon, claim we are linked to God, but make no mistake, they are leading us astray. We must resist this false prophecy. At the same time, Rabbi Miriam Cohen, a prominent figure in Israel, spoke of hope. What if they are right? What if the Creator's touch has been with us all along, guiding us? These visitors may not be angels, but perhaps they are here to remind us of something we've